What's up, Drunkles? It's good to have you back for another episode of your favorite podcast, Drunkle. This is Beautiful Brad.
Sparkly Shells.
And we have a special guest with us today.
Nacho Libre.
See.
You want to introduce yourself?
Billy.
It's Billy. All right, Billy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I see ghosts.
Oh. Yes,
So,
indeed.
It's going to be one of those nights, huh?
Yeah, we brought on the ghost hunter himself, Billy.
Brad's going to get scared.
I don't know, Steven, well, we let it out of the bag. It's Steven.
Okay. I think most people have figured it out anyway.
I don't know, Steven's stories don't always scare me because they're sometimes a little over the top, and I see them more like a cartoon, but we'll see if he's got some good ones tonight.
So like a Casper?
Yeah, his ghosts don't seem as intimidating for some reason.
Until we go on a ghost hunt and he pisses his panties out there on the field.
Is it because you don't take him seriously?
If
Possible.
if we would actually go, when we went to this tomb once, he was scared shitless. You know, that was pretty scary.
Ghosts terrify me to begin with, so if we're rolling around in a graveyard at fucking 11 p.m.
No, it was about 2 in the morning.
and
actually.
all you can see is your flashlight, hitting tombstones.
And some of them were
I'd
blue.
be scared. I'm scared of the dark, so just being out there would
Yeah.
scare me.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky being in a graveyard at night. I'm not gonna lie.
So first, let's start with what's on tap before we get into it.
All right.
What you got?
I've got H2O.
Fucking lame.
I know. I'm terrible.
I am also lame tonight, though. I do not have a CBD drink, but I do have this fun blue sparkling ice plus caffeine.
Hell yeah. What is it? Like a frosted coffee, I guess?
I don't know if I've had the ones with caffeine, but I've had the ones without caffeine, and they taste like a blue icy.
Nice.
Do you want to taste it?
Yeah, might as well. It tastes like one of them fucking slushies you can get, like the Snow Castle or something.
Like a blue icy?
Yeah. There you go. Good Lord. Fucking brain haze today.
Steve Dale, what do you got on tap?
What is it, mango energy things?
Mango energy thing. All right.
Hell yeah.
Sugar free.
Give it up for Steve Dale.
I'll put 2 in there just to sip on. I'm not going to chug it or nothing.
So before we dive into the ghost stories, you got a birthday coming up tomorrow.
Yay!
Are you stoked?
I am super excited.
Hell yeah. It's going to be 73 and sunny.
So excited.
What a perfect birthday.
Perfect weather. Perfect weather.
So yeah, happy birthday to you. I got a present.
Thanks.
Do you want it now?
Sure.
So, you know me, I kind of recycled a bag and then I forgot to get fluff to put in it, so I just got a paper towel and I totally forgot a card.
Oh,
So.
happy Valentine's Day!
See, I don't know if you'll like it. I always fucking start like, oh god, like I hope I got the right thing, but yeah.
I'm sure I'll love it. First of all, before I open it, I do want to ask, where did you get a Happy Valentine's Day bag from?
That was what I got for my birthday, and it came full of dildos and butt plugs.
Oh, is there dildos and butt plugs in there?
Nah, I got you
It's their
something
dildo.
you're into.
But if there were dildos and butt plugs in here, I want the safety seal on them. I do not want them already open.
For sure.
It's
I
like
would
a
never
ma-
give you a used
It's like
one.
you don't want to buy a used mattress.
You did put fluff in there. There's paper towels. So now when I have to use the bathroom, I have paper
There
towels.
you go.
Because that's what I have to use. Can you not?
That's the shit he does.
Can you not?
Sorry.
Wait till he starts playing music on his phone.
What
over
is
there.
this? This is pretty. It's a pretty box.
Yeah, the other box isn't as pretty.
Oh,
I don't-
it's runes.
Remember when I was asking you, like, are you into this or not?
Yeah.
I hope you are, because I got you that.
Hell yes, this is awesome.
Yeah, so I figured get you a little bit more for your collection.
That is awesome.
I think they said it was rose quartz, too. I don't know, though.
That's awesome. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, that is so awesome. Thank you. And a book on how to read them.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
helping your witchy conquest.
Yay! And it comes in a beautiful bag and a beautiful box.
Yeah, the other box is not so beautiful. But
I am going to learn how to read these, and then I'm going to bring these over and read them.
I was asking you about it, so I was like, okay, I hope well, she said she digs them, but like, I love Viking shit so much, and they were like big into the runes. And
Fuck yes. There's actually a video that my teacher has on how to read runes.
oh, really? So that fucking name.
Yay! What's this one?
So I don't know if those were what exactly you were wanting, but I don't know. You can go ahead and open them.
Okay.
I don't know. You said you were wanting them crystal wands, but
Crystal wands.
they're little short ones. I don't know what they're supposed to look like.
See.
Because I was thinking, like, when I ordered them, they're going to look like Harry Potter fucking wands, and they come, like, about the size of my dick. You know?
As it pops out. These are awesome.
He rolled over limp and dead.
They claim those are wands, so I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't even know what they are, like the stones.
We got some clear quartz. We got rose quartz. We got amethyst. That's really pretty. This looks like... could be tiger's eye, maybe. And then this looks like it could be black onyx or tourmaline. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Hopefully you can use them in your arsenal.
For
I
sure.
want a rock tumbler now. It'd be kind of cool to have.
So these aren't necessarily the type of wands, but these are actually called generators.
Okay.
So see, it's single terminated. Some of them look kind of like this, where it's double terminated. But yes, I could definitely use these.
All right, cool. As long as you can use them. I wasn't sure.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh my goodness, all kinds of fun stuff. Yay! Brad, you're the best.
I try.
It's like you know me.
Yeah, but if you learn them runes, man, totally got to do them for me.
After this pod, we're going to break them out and I'm going to look at that book.
Fuck yeah.
But yes, by next week, I'm going to bring them over and we're going to read them.
Hell yeah.
And they're rose quartz. And they come in a super pretty box.
Yeah, the little wand box isn't so pretty. I was thinking about, like, taking it out, putting it in a bag.
I mean, it's totally fine, but this is really pretty. Freya's follower. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
It's so exciting. Thank you. All right.
Fucking A.
You said you're a little hazy feeling today.
Got the booze haze again.
What'd you do last night?
Thirsty Thursday. It's been going strong lately. Work was rough today. Gotta cut it out.
How late you stay up?
I don't know. Steve Dale was hanging out with me for a while. What was it, about 2 in the morning, 1:30?
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And what time do you have to roll out of bed and over here to your computer?
Not till 8, but I don't know. It
8
just,
seems
How
like...
long was the drive?
yeah, that's the best part. Like, 'cause if I had to drive in, I wouldn't be drinking. No fucking way.
So you better fix it today, because tomorrow we're going to have the bonfire for the celebration.
Oh, yeah, I'll be fresh. I just need some sleep.
Yeah.
Pop a fucking gummy and get some good sleep. And be
Jerk
ready.
off.
Yeah.
Get all them toxins out.
I'm gonna get a picture of him before he leaves. And just fucking sit there and masturbate to it.
And his
Hey,
Spider-Man hoodie.
A million Asians can't go wrong.
I mean, you could jerk off right on that mustache right
I
there.
don't know. Can you just imagine that dripping down?
He literally could be the Clermont Strangler. He really could.
Especially with that 70s
Oh, I like
haircut.
that one. I like a couple of those. I got that one.
Can you fucking focus?
No!
Don't be playing with your keys. Don't be on your phone. Don't be shaking your fucking tea up. Come on. Tell us some of your stories. What was the story
Where we
that...
start?
What was the one that you were going to tell me before we started?
Oh, about my friend. I already told you that, didn't I? One of my friends had a husband that died 2 years ago, and I had a dream about him the other night. I told her about it.
So to give everyone a little more context, Stephen Dale is like the ghost whisperer. He like attracts ghosts.
I think he's psychic.
He's definitely
He's definitely a ghost magnet, but I think he has some psychic abilities, which I'm going to try to work with him on.
some people might think he's retarded, others might think I'm just busting your balls, motherfucker.
I
Alright.
don't have feelings, huh?
So throwing that out there. So continue your story. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
I just told her I had a dream about her husband. Her husband's like yelling. He could hear people talk, but they couldn't hear him.
And you
So,
said that he died?
he died. He had a heart attack 2 houses down from me. She moved in my neighborhood. I was always gonna go down and see her, but I'm like, it's somebody I used to hang out with, and I just thought, yeah, maybe I shouldn't because she just got married. It looked kind of weird, you know. So I didn't. But he died of a heart attack, I guess, is what it was. And I had a dream about him. It's just really,
So he died 2 years ago.
I think it's
Right.
about 2 years ago.
So last night you had the dream?
It was like a couple days ago, 2 days ago.
So in the dream, you saw him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like he was alive, or did you know he was dead?
I knew he was dead. Everybody was talking loud to him, is what it seemed like. And when he would try to scream, nobody would hear his voice. It was just really...
So did the other people see him and know that he was there?
No, he was just trying to get their attention. And I told her, like,
and
if there's any weird things...
But you could see him.
Yeah.
Could you hear him?
Yeah, I could hear him screaming, and he, like, looked back, and like I saw him eye to eye, and I was just like, this is fucking intense.
What was he screaming about?
He's just screaming. He wanted everybody to notice he was in the house. Because I guess when you go to the other side, you know, it's harder for them to communicate than it is for us to them, I think.
So nobody could hear him, but you could, and you knew he was
there.
Yeah,
I was like, this is fucked up, because it's one of those, like, it almost felt like an out-of-body experience, but it was a dream. A dream was so intense, you didn't know if you were in a room with the guy.
So see, this is why I think you have some psychic abilities, because I really think that you could really see him. And now I've had visitation dreams from my mom, and there's a difference between like memory dreams and visitation dreams. You can tell a visitation dream, it feels very real, and it feels like it is the other person from the other side. Did you feel like that?
Yeah, but I had one or two about a month before that. Started having dreams about my dad again. You know, my dad passed away. And I tell people this, they really think there's something wrong with me because I saw it. I opened my eyes for a split second, and he was right in my face, like it far enough where you could see his whole face, and he was all blue, and there was like a white aura background, but I could see like angel wings on it. And I was in so much shock, I went back to sleep.
See, this is why I think that you're psychic. I think
That
you have some
freaked me
psychic
out
ability. I think you always have. I also, from stories you were telling me, I think it runs in your family. I think your mom probably had psychic abilities from
She
way
heard my
back.
dad when the day he died.
Yep. And also, to give a little bit of backstory, they are Native American. So I think that runs deep in it, too.
We went to the flea market one time. It was in Trader's World, and this guy said I had an Indian spirit. What do you say? Medicine man spirit in me.
A shaman.
I don't know how he could see that, but I'm not going to say he's right or wrong because...
So maybe in a past life you were a shaman.
I have past life dreams like I was in the Alamo. I had dreams about World War II, all kinds of weird shit like that.
Those could be past life dreams.
I had dreamed I was like up in the trees and Japanese soldiers were trying to stab me with
What the hell are you laughing for?
bayonets,
I can't help it.
bayonets, but I had like a whole freaking chain of grenades. I just pulled them all off at once.
Of course you did. That was in fucking Rambo 2, man.
It's like, that was
hanging in a tree. That wasn't in the movie. I try to tell him stuff like, hey, you don't take me serious. I don't say nothing.
I'm just busting your balls, you whiny cunt.
I'm just saying, I've had a lot of weird stuff happen. When my dad died, I was in the house by myself. I don't go to funerals. I never will. So we went back to my dad's house getting everything ready. You know how you just talk to your mom sometimes and it's just by yourself? Like, I was like, God, Dad, I said, I don't know how this is going to work out. How are we going to get through this? And I heard a slam real hard. And you know how some of the cabinets have like a divider over the window? A little board in between? It was pushed up against the ceiling. It wasn't like that before that. After that, it was all over with. I got away from the family, had my time. I came back to the house, and that's when the paranormal shit started at my mom's house. Something was tugging on the blanket, and I was like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to sleep. I was on the couch, and something just pulled me off, and I went face first on the tile floor.
That shit's terrifying.
And I wake up like, what the fuck? Then I was like, okay, I'm just going to ignore that. And I went back to bed, and nothing happened. So my mom comes up, I guess a day or two later. She come out there and said, my room was across from hers. And she was like, oh, I thought that was your dad. And she's just screaming something. She thought it was me at first, and she come down and saw me on the couch. But it was my dad, but in his younger years. So my dad looked a lot like me, and he's younger, which freaked her the hell out. I think like a week after that, I started having really weird dreams. Like I was walking through the creek, and you know how those geese lay eggs? There was like a gigantic like nest there, and there was like a coffin on it. I opened up, my dad was in it.
On the geese eggs?
You know how geese make that big nest sometimes around the creek beds? It was like a big casket there. I woke up, I was like looking at it, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is why I wouldn't do acid. And it opens up, and my dad points down on the water, and he's pointing down the water in the creek. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? So I looked at it, and I had like an out-of-body experience. Then I was at our first house back in my hometown, and everybody that died in my family was in the room. And I saw my grandpa. My grandpa said, we've been waiting for you. I hadn't seen him since 1985. That's when he died. And this is really wild. I looked at my dad, and I said, am I dead? He goes, points over to the casket. I look in the casket, it's me. Because, you know, they used to have a viewing in the living room. And I was like, is that me?
Oh my God, I got full body chills on that.
You know, I swear, it's like, this scared the shit. So I just looked at it, I was like, all right, so I'm going to die? I think it's just them trying to make me change the way I was. Because I was always fucking full of hatred. I wanted to beat the shit out of everybody. I was full of rage. But seeing that shit, and I'm like, my grandpa telling me, I've been waiting for you for a long time. My grandma was there, and everybody's looking at me. I don't know how to describe it. It was just like, all right, I'm looking at my body right now in a casket. It's like if you went to a funeral, and you're at a funeral, and you look down and see your casket. I just don't know how to explain it. It's just like, I will definitely not go to a funeral, because I know if I go there, I'll see somebody's ghost there. I know it.
Is that why you don't go to funerals?
Well, yes, that's it. I'd rather remember them the way they were before they went. Yeah, I think my dad was kind of pissed I didn't go, because he always says, you need to go to funerals and stuff. I didn't go to my grandpa's funeral. When my grandpa died, my brother, Luke, was in there with my dad. He felt like a lightning pop go between him and my dad. My grandma died before that. I was in the hospital, and I felt her energy leave the body and go through me. Mm-hmm. I watched her die in front of me.
I've heard that, actually.
Went out in the hallway, and I felt like her soul went right through my body, came out the back. And I was just like, what the fuck?
That gives me full body chills.
I was mad at her for so long because she died, and I tried to figure out a way to make amends. I was a kid, I didn't really understand. We just moved in over here. You know, you think your parents can live forever, and you feel like sometimes they let you down when they die. And that sounds selfish, but you kind of feel like that.
I will tell you, I think my subconscious feels like that. I have a lot of dreams where I feel abandoned, I guess, by my mom. But, I mean, it's not that we're mad that they died. I mean, it's not feeling. That we can
You're just
it.
mad that you couldn't stop it, I think, deep down inside is what it is.
Maybe.
We had all kinds of stuff like that happen over the years. One time I went to a graveyard. This was at our old house in Indiana before we moved here. Before I went to the graveyard, my mom had a bedroom across from me. You know how some of those rooms have got like the door, you open up, it's got that little wall, it's kind of cockeyed like that before you go through it. You come into the room. It's like, I wake up, something wakes me up. I look over and I was like, I see my mom walking down the hallway like this. This freaking pale. I go into her room and the door shuts. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go in there. She's probably taking a shower, but it's almost like she was floating. Like if you scoot your feet without the sound, she like floated in that fucking room. So I go down the hallway past Brownie's room. Then we go past the kitchen. There's a front door. Then that open room was the living room, where the couch was. My mom was sleeping on that couch. She changed her clothes last night, which I wouldn't have known. And I told her she had a red shirt on, blue pants, and pink socks, and she had that on. I saw that go in her fucking bedroom, and she was asleep on a fucking couch when I went in there.
So what was that, her spirit?
I don't know. I think her spirit might leave her body. I think mine does when I go to sleep sometimes.
Could be.
And then one time I went in her room, I saw some guy had a hat, and my brother always laughs about it because he can't handle it. They had a hat like Abraham Lincoln. That's all he always makes fun of.
Do you huff paint? I'm just joking.
He's trying to be all serious and tell us true feelings.
Yeah, I mean, you told me about the Abe Lincoln one before.
No, I explained to my mom and
Abraham
described
Lincoln.
him. It's her great-grandpa. After that, we went back to our hometown. And there's this graveyard we go to called Sea Cemetery. This is like really creepy because they used to find people hung in the trees or shit like that.
Ugh.
In a graveyard, so even creepier. So I go there, and in the 60s they had you ever seen them houses, them glass blocks in the front doorways? Mm-hmm. In the 60s, you remember the Lucy and Sky song with cellophane flowers or plastic? They had a glass block, and the flowers in there had a wood thing covering the hole with a little tripod stand. And it was at the grave. We were looking at the grave years later, and my dad told me to go to find that. I walked in the woods, and I just stopped.
Is this a true story that happened, or is this a dream?
This is a true story.
Okay.
I go over the fence where I stopped, and he kicking around the leaves and all the old shit back here. Right where I stopped at, I reached down, dug through it, and I found that thing. It's been missing since the 60s.
And you found
or
it?
70s. I just stopped there and find that. Out of all that woods, I look up, and I saw this thing look like a fucking Grim Reaper going like this. It was just like moving like that. And I couldn't move for a minute. I was just like paralyzed. And I followed it and it went down the ground. My brother won't admit to it. We've been seeing that again.
Now, what do you mean when you say looks like the Grim Reaper? What does
it's that
it look
black
like?
ghost thing you always see in them ghost movies where it's like flowing like that.
Like on Scooby Doo?
No, like on Celebrity Ghost Stories, you might see an episode just the black spirit where you can see his cloak is like looks like it's sizzling or something like flowing. Luke saw it moving across his freaking yard to his barn. He won't talk about it, but he's telling we were talking about it last week.
So you guys used to see it when you were young, both of you?
He never seen it before. He saw it for the first time.
Did you used to tell him the story about that?
No, because my dad said he shit his pants, and that's all he didn't need to do it more. So he said, keep that between yourself. But now he's seeing it. He's terrified of that an alien.
Your dad saw it, and you saw it, and now Luke is seeing the same thing?
Yeah, we saw it in the Batavia house up there. My dad lived there. But the weird thing was, backtrack, when I told my dad I saw it, he's like, the first time at the graveyard, I was like, yeah, whatever. Then we drove all the way to Indiana, and when we got in there, that's like Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's like 4-hour drive from here. Don't quote me on that. It was a long drive. Might be 6. We went in the house, and he said, sit down, man, I got to talk to you. I remember it was the first time I had a cup of coffee. I was like, ugh. So he gave me a cup of coffee and said, I saw the same thing 20 or 30 years.
Is this the one where you took something from the grave?
That glass vase was, my cousin filled it up, put it back on the thing. He saw the same thing looking, some kind of anniversary to the date that he went to get that. He found a glass box and saw the same thing. It's like a reoccurring thing. It happened exactly how I told him that. And he said, there's no way in hell I would have known that because he would never talk about that around me. He said it scared the shit out of him. He said,
I know, I was thinking, like, why is she whining?
sometimes she acts really weird around me, doesn't she?
I mean, pets can see things. Animals and kids. No puppy.
My cousin's got a house. Well, his family had a house on my dad's side. And it's downtown, our little village-type place we lived back in Raceland. So I guess my great-grandpa named the city or something. They had a house, and there's always weird shit happening in that. My cousin married this woman. She's like Hawaiian or something like that. But they left her in a house by herself. They come back, she's in the corner in a fetal position, rocking back and forth, mumbling, shaking, like uncontrollably. She saw something in that house. And that house, when I was a kid, nobody'd say anything about that around us because they didn't want us hearing that shit, you know. I would go in that house and have goosebumps. I'd look at that kitchen door because, like, right, the kitchen's probably maybe the size of this, a little smaller in your bedroom here. But I could see something watching me through that friggin' door of the kitchen. I could sense it. That's creepy.
That is creepy. I have goosebumps. How do you not have goosebumps? Because you don't take him serious.
He's not been there, experienced something when I've been around.
I was like, what is your dog
Maybe I'll
whining
go.
for?
I think she's the one on the bed.
Can she not get over there?
Nah. Do you want to get up here? Get up. Go on.
My cousin on my mom's side kept having a dream about this old man. Her and some family on my dad's side live in this old apartment complex across the street from that house. It's highly full of spirits. They would turn the faucets on and shit when you're trying to sleep, flush the toilets.
Nope.
Has a
Hard
ghost
pass.
ever tried to have sex with you?
Appalachian Mountains is right that area. It's probably one of the hottest places in America.
Has one ever tried to have sex with you?
See, I'm trying to be serious.
That's a serious question.
You can't have a conversation ever unless it's about sexual dominance or something with you.
I love fucking, dude.
The same. I was trying to be serious with you, and you were cracking the same fucking
I had to
jokes.
get in the mood because I'm kind of like if you watch my eyes, they'll like change.
I really think we need to burn that close to him.
You keep telling
Start
stories
turning
and I'll
through our
fucking burn it.
So our first house, the one I told you I just had a dream about me being viewed in the living room. One day, I'll own that house for something. Just tell me one day I'll buy that house. That's where the little German girl died on the way to the hospital. There's people's spirits going through the walls there.
Did you feel comfortable at that house?
You ever see the last Shining movie?
No.
Doctor Sleep, that's good.
That's kind of like, it's like calling to me to go there one day. My mom's scared shitless of that house because I'll tell you all the stories about it in a minute, but I feel like it's calling to me.
Quick question. So are you afraid of these things or do you embrace them?
I want to buy the house one day for some reason.
But, okay, so you're seeing these fucking ghosts all the time, but you said when you saw your dad, you got fucking freaked out.
Well, because it's right up my face. I felt like something tickling my nose.
But I
woke
would
up.
think, like, out of all that fucking shit you said you've seen, that would be, like, the cool, comforting
But
one.
Yeah.
here's the whole thing, though. You're in deep sleep, you just wake up and there's something in your face and you have no time to analyze it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd fucking shit my pants, but I'm just, I don't like doing that stuff, so.
Have you guys ever seen the Conjuring movie?
Yeah, those
I
are
got all
fucking
those.
creepy.
I think I saw the second one, but I know that the first one, it's based on a true story. So I got the book to read the story about, like, what happened in this house. It was written by one of the daughters. First of all, I tried to read it in the middle of the daytime, got so fucking scared, couldn't get through half of it. But that happened to the daughter. They were very scared to be in that house, but she also felt that calling to go back and live in that house.
Really?
Yeah. Are you okay? Did you get possessed?
Well, I got a story about that, too.
He just got this blank look, like,
All right, a few years...
I'm like, oh God, oh
Well,
God.
I'll go
Clermont
to this story.
Strangler.
I'll go to this story, then I can go back to that old house and talk more about it. So my dad gets that house up there in Batavia,
We're at in Batavia.
276,
Where's that
State
at?
Route 276. You're going towards
It's like that McDonald's, and then you take a right.
At the top of the hill?
Yeah, and there
you take a left and you follow that all the way out 222.
Okay.
Well, actually, I got to go a little bit farther back. When we lived over here, we saw that thing going down the hall, and me and my dad was fighting. We were getting in fist fights, like knocking the shit at each other. All this family stuff was going on and everything. I think I was feeding off of it. I moved with him to Batavia. We started seeing that stuff. My dad was seeing demonic faces in the mirror. He thought it was his medication. And I told him, I sit down and have a talk with him. It was like one night we got in a fight or something, and I went to Mom's house. And as I got right up there where you're going right up the top of the hill, you're almost at Walmart. You know, you can go that back way to my dad's house. Mm-hmm. I stopped. And I just saw a sheet of blood all across the road. And I thought somebody clocked a deer. But I was thinking about it as I went back and woke my dad up. My dad would just like snap sometimes. But we talked about everything, and I told him about all the stuff I was seeing when I was living there. I've had out-of-body experiences. I've had my hair pulled. I got punched in the eye. I had my ankle squeezed. I got ripped out of the bed. One time I was asleep in the bed, and I was floating. I could see my body down on the bed.
Just the tip.
So I brought Steve Dale some crystals today. I brought him some amethyst for calming. Now that I'm hearing your stories, you need some grounding stone.
He said even half of it.
You need grounding is what you need.
When me and my dad would get along, he's in a good mood. He was watching all the Indiana Jones movies. We'd take a break and we'd make something to eat, you know. We'd sit there eating popcorn and shit. He thought I went back and laid down in his fucking bed. And I said, no, I didn't, Dad. So my dad was like OCD. He took his yardstick and moved all the creases off the bed. He couldn't stand looking at his bed ruffled up. He go back in there, and he said he blamed me a couple times, and he fixed it and come back in there. He said, went back here again. He's like, I know you didn't go back in that room. And I was like, see, what am I telling you? Then I went out back. Remember we had that storm about some years ago where all the power went out forever?
The land
I had
hurricane?
a feeling. I was like, if there's any spirits out here, going to take your picture. And I was like, click, click, nothing, click. I'll start seeing smoke forming. I used to have these on my MySpace page, but this is really going to freak you out, and I'll tell you this. I had a little PT Cruiser parked by a tree, and I took more pictures, and there was smoke in my face. Took another picture of the tree. There was like Indians dancing by the tree in the smoke.
Why are you laughing?
He's got a whole tribe of Indians dancing by his PT
No,
Cruiser.
I'm telling you, it's fucking this tree, man.
This is why I believe that. Because they have Native American in their blood.
The
That's
three-horned
why
mask.
I believe
You ever
that.
seen the three-horned mask before? It was upside down in the tree. There's faces all over the tree. And a few years ago, I went back after my dad died, and I talked to the neighbor because the house was there. It was going to go for sale. The old people next door, one of them died, and the other one got put in a nursing home. These young people bought the house, and I went up there and asked if they had any paranormal experiences. And they were like, that house next door here, we've seen things come on sometimes. It looks like a light come off and on. It was our old house I told you about. And they're like, come to think of it, sometimes we see a little boy standing out in the hallway, and they're right next door to that house. I think there's some kind of burial ground there. Because when my dad bought that house, he had to sign a contract that he will get his money back if the Native Americans take their land back. So what's that tell you?
Wait, he had to sign a contract.
He told me about it. He had to sign a contract that said if Native Americans decide to take their land back, that he would get his money for his house.
And that was where?
Batavia. We go for a drive sometime. I'll point the house out to you. You can tell me if you feel something there.
Do you think there was Native Americans that lived in this area?
I think there's a burial ground at East Fork.
Really?
Yeah, pretty sure there is. They would do those mounds. I don't know. It's like a certain tribe because I think further up north they had that serpent mound.
The serpent mound, yeah.
So that whatever tribe was around here did that kind of burial.
Oh, wow.
I think it was at East Fork, but somewhere fucking close.
Wow.
It just looks like a fucking hill, but you know it's a burial fucking ground. So who knows?
Yeah, but
I didn't know that. I had no idea. I knew about Serpent Mound, but I didn't know that. I guess I didn't put it together in my head that.
Pretty sure it's one of these parks that's close to us, but I'm pretty sure.
is it that Turpin Mound or something like that? Turpin Hill or whatever?
In East Fork?
Oh, it's East Fork?
Well, no, the Serpent Mound, I don't know, but it's close to us. I don't know where, though. I don't know.
So you think it's weird? It's like I have dreams about the house that I'm going to own it one day. I wonder if it's drawing me back to it.
Could be.
Because I used to be scared of it. But
Do you want to go back to it? Well, you said you feel a calling.
This might sound weird. I don't sound like a stalker, but I know the neighbors down there. Sometimes I go out there and sit for half an hour or something like, and I go back home and look at the house.
With binoculars? Peeping in the
sit there and
windows.
look at it. The guy told me I owns it. He's like, if you ever want to buy it.
You should. I think you have unfinished business there, whatever it is.
I don't think I could ever go camping with you. It'd be like 11:30 at night. The raccoons are coming out to play, so you hear all these noises being with, and he starts these fucking stories.
You'd be like, look at those Native American people. There's the Grim Reaper guy. You'd be like, fuck you, I gotta get out of here.
It'll be like in the middle, like just enjoying yourself, and he's just like, oh, look, there's a ghost.
We believe you, though. I believe you.
Well, the Batavia house again. When my dad went back and my grandma died, he's moving her shit out of her house.
His mom?
Yeah. So, he's back there moving shit out, and I'm in the house at his house by myself. And I'm just sitting there like, okay. I'm in this house by myself. It's a little weird. But you know how in a computer, you have to move the mouse for the screen to come on?
Mm-hmm.
The screen kept coming on. I was like, oh, it's just automatically doing. Then I heard this. Like the mouse is being moved. And I was the only one in the fucking house. I was sitting in my bed going, oh my god, this shit is not happening. I feel like it's totally getting a Jello pudding pop my pants.
Jello pudding pop my pants.
I could just see a vision of my grandma. My grandma's face started coming through the closet door. I don't know if it was just in my mind or I was seeing a ghost.
Pudding pop my pants.
Why don't you tell the Drunkles about your clock and somebody reaching out to you?
The grandma died. It's her clock.
So, tell us the
psychic
story.
lady told me that there's spirits, 2 spirits, and she said...
One has a boner.
First she said it was like an uncle or something. Then she said she got a feeling of another spirit in the house, but there's 2 of them connected to the clock. I'm starting to feel like I might know who that other spirit is. I was thinking of my grandpa and shit for a while, but I've had dreams about sailors. I found out we had a sailor in the family during World War II and drowned saving somebody. I wonder if it's him. Sometimes I go to sleep, I try to see if I can communicate with something when I'm asleep. Mm-hmm. If I'm really relaxed. Because I'll get spells at the house where there's nothing going on. You get pumped up, you feel like your heart's going to blow out of your cage. It's like going down a roller coaster kind of feeling.
We need to give him some of that incense.
Yeah.
Smoke him out if he gets calm to see the shit.
Yeah, because that incense actually is used for meditation. Get him into that deep...
Bring him on.
Well, let's finish the clock. I got another one to tell you, all right?
Oh my god, ADD, please finish a thought.
I got all these things like popping in my head that's happened. Some of the things I forgot about.
We're going to have to first take a breath. This is what I want from you. I want you to take a deep breath in.
This shit's like freaking...
You're feeling it, aren't you?
My hands are changing colors.
Changing color? Why are they sweating?
It's something you've never endured.
I don't want to experience it.
It's something you never endured. When we get done with this story, we'll go back. We'll go back to this and we'll go back to that
the timeline's all fucked up.
Alright, Drunkles, you're going to need a map. You're going to need a map and you're going to need some crayons.
Where was that?
I'm not sure.
I'm all over the place. I don't even know where the houses are, where the cuckoo clock's at.
Oh, we're talking about the clock.
Okay.
There's a demonic spirit attached to that clock, which I think it's that Grim Reaper thing using that for a vessel. It would make sense.
What do we think the Grim Reaper thing is? We think it's demonish? Negative?
It could be a past family relative.
So is there different types of ghosts? Like there's the black ghost, the white ghost.
It looked like, you know how you get the white ghost? It looks like a sheet. It's like that. But you can see pieces of it like smoke appearing and disappearing, like it's moving around.
So
I want you to hold this, please, while you're talking.
What's the black ghost? Is it the bad ghost, or is it just...
It's mostly a demon, I think.
So then it's bad. So why would you think that it was family members if you think that it's bad?
I don't know. A lot of people in my family hate each other, so...
They are a pretty fucking hateful bunch.
I think there's a lot of people hate each other because they don't want somebody to have something that they got. They want to see someone happy because they can't be happy. I see that a lot.
You're going to have to stop that. You can stop it in your family lineage. You can stop that. But you have to want to not be negative. And you're going to have to take lots of steps to...
That's why I'm going to sell my car. I'm getting this trailer so I can get away from all that and be to me.
That negative energy is really what feeds all that
You can ask him. He won't hear from me. I'll just disappear for a while. I like being alone because... My dad was like, I just like disappear into my own world.
You know, the more he talks, the more I really think he is the Clermont Strangler. He disappears for a while, people go missing, he shows back up.
I make boots out of people's dogs.
Leave the dog alone, dick face. Don't mind our podcast. You know, go ahead and play with the dog if you want. I'm just sitting here.
So I haven't felt anything in that house for a while, but like in between now I was working this cleaning place where I got his brother a job. I first started there, I felt presence when I went in that building. So I'm in our office, and they're like, well, this is what we need you guys to do and everything. There were some backpack vacuum cleaners. 2 of them snapped on at once and went off. So I thought, obviously, something is wanting to make itself present to me. But that's when it started. I'll be in the kitchen. Where I cleaned it at, I would see somebody walking out in the dining room. One day I went out in the dining room, and I was sitting there on my break going, I was like, man, how am I going to pay all these bills? Like, what am I going to do? And I kid you not, my can of Monster went like this. And it came up and went back to me.
Was it spelling something?
No, just it moved around. It was a full can. It's not condensation won't move a full can of that. Moving by itself. One time it was funny there because I was playing that Buffalo Bill song from Silence of the Lambs. I saw my phone come off the kitchen counter and throw it against the wall. And the next day I played it again and the volume just turned down on the speaker.
So it didn't like the song.
I didn't like that song. I don't know how to do it. But I was in there cleaning that kitchen one day. So you got the kitchen door for the freezers, right? They start doing this. And their locks were going like somebody smacking them up and down like that.
Freaking out the dog.
The dog's like, see, the dog knows I'm telling the truth.
The dog thinks you're stupid too.
But I saw that, it's just like, alright. I saw people moving in that kitchen. I got done, I got out of there. Then one day I was walking down the hallway and I was talking to an employee. We had 2 elevators right there and there's like the double doors open up. And he's sitting there telling me something stupid. I don't know, he's an idiot, but he's telling me something stupid. All of a sudden we felt a burst of cold air go right between us. In that same place where that happened, I was walking down one thing and I saw a thing. Have you ever seen a tumbleweed before? It was like perfectly round and it was orange. It was kind of like an orb, but it looked like a tumbleweed, like perfectly cut round. Float down there and go through the fucking wall. It was floating parallel with me. That was fucking creepy.
You're fucking getting into this, man. You're all hyped up.
I wouldn't be this stressed out over it. My blood pressure is probably about 10 times as high as it normally is.
Can we do a cleansing breath?
Yeah, I probably
please?
should have drank the energy thing, too.
Oh, so I got you all
I
wired?
sipped it a little bit. I know shit before it happens. Like, I dated this girl one time, and I didn't...
You knew she was going to break up with you?
Well, I knew that. She threatened me every day, but that was a given. I think that thing that I was telling you about followed us. There was a time in my life I was just so pissed off. It's when we lived in a Batavia house. I was so mad all the time. Every time somebody started shit with me, I'd be ready to fight them. And I didn't know why I was so mad. Then my friend was joking around, like, you're probably possessed. Then I was like, well, that would make sense then, because I would get up and fight with my dad for no reason.
Is that when you headbutted the plastic cooler and cracked it?
I punched the cooler with my fist went to the side of the cooler.
I thought you headbutted it.
How do you smash an igloo cooler with your fist? It just bounce off or snap your wrist. Beaver saw him. He's like, I'm getting the hell away from you. I just hit as hard as I could.
Wow. He's kind of a savage, too, so... For him to get the fuck out.
But I've had weird stuff happening my whole life. I just don't tell my family because they already think I'm weird.
It's cool to be weird.
But you mean I don't wear dresses or nothing? We won't get into that.
Let's talk a little bit about that. You got some cross-dressers in your family?
Well, we all know one.
I'm not allowed to if somehow... My mom hears this shit, she'll bitch at me for 2 months over it.
I'm sure she doesn't listen to podcasts.
She's not a drunkle.
She's like, I'm not allowed to talk about anybody in a negative way, but it's open season on me at the family.
So first you're going to have to work on your negativity, and you're going to have to work on grounding. And once you can do that, get yourself under control, you're going to need to smudge your house. Once you can get all of that shit calmed down, then you can start working on your psychic abilities.
Is it possible I could be able to move things with my mind? I'm just curious.
He wants to be a Jedi.
I mean, we're not going to jump right into
I wonder
that.
I love you.
I'm just asking. I wonder if it was a spirit that did that, or I could have done that one that did that with myself, though, if I could have done that.
I think your energy could have manifested that.
They had videos of me working at that place, the cleaning place where I got your brother a job. Your brother's creeped out at place, too. You see me, I was scrubbing the floors, and I stop. And they're like, what did you keep stopping for? You can see the electric doors just go like this. A magnet and slam right in front of me.
Dude, he totally looks like Danny McBride. Like, he kind of turned this way.
Who the hell's that?
Fucking Kenny Powers, dude.
He looks like him right there.
You see me at the donkey, the carrot on the stick? I can sense spirits when I go to places all the time.
You could definitely work on that gift.
If they're going to attack me, I might as well see where it's coming from, right?
Well, I don't think they're there to attack you. I think that's your negative energy.
Didn't you fucking buy a bunch of ghost finding bullshit?
Yeah. I went out there and took pictures one day, and I was like, like I said, if there's any ghosts. I don't have many more on the MySpace page, but there was orbs of every freaking color around me.
Those were lightning bugs, dude.
Have you seen any red lightning bugs before, bitch?
They were the fucking yellow ones.
But I've seen them on all different colors. I'm glad this is something funny for you guys to laugh at.
Hey, she's into this shit. She believes you. So
I take it seriously. We got fucking Jackal over here making jokes.
That's why I'm trying to be quiet.
It's the only way you can handle it, though, isn't it, honestly?
I
Because
mean,
you'd probably shit your panties if you saw it.
well, you know I would. You see me in the graveyards.
So let's work on your negativity and grounding. You know what's a good way to get grounded very easily? Barefoot on the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Walk
I
around.
do that all the time.
Don't you notice how you can just feel it jolt through your whole
You
body?
can also get ringworm that way, too, though, so you gotta be careful.
I mean, we're not
Negativity.
talking about fucking jail cells
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We're talking about nature outside.
Ever since I was a kid, I'd run around with shoes off. Remember, I get made fun of or called? They call me Fred Flintstone feet and shit all the time. My feet look exactly like Fred Flintstone.
When's the last time you had your bare feet in the
Today.
grass?
I walk out to the mail, and I'll walk out in the snow with my bare feet. I mean, I've been left outside below zero to die, and I lived. I lived through that. I mean, a normal person would have died. I think it was like 10 below zero. I had an old dog blanket and a TV.
Maybe the Indian ghosts kept you warm.
Maybe.
They built you a fire.
I was so pissed off, so it was. My blood pressure was so high, I was so pissed off.
Why wouldn't you just went and slept in your car? You want to tell that story a little bit so they know what the fuck we're talking about?
Off of this thing, I would tell you. You know, I don't want to get into that.
You've already told half the story. Might as well tell it.
Yes, he needed a place to stay.
I was at someone's house.
someone's house, yeah.
Just because they fuck everything, they thought I would try to fuck their girlfriend. Which I first met their girlfriend before they did, and I pushed her in his direction because they were a gold digger. So,
I put all those dots together right there.
you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
Exactly.
But it said it left me outside in the old rotten hound dog blanket, and I wasn't allowed to go in the house to get warm. I had no gas in my car.
Wouldn't you have slept in the car at least? I mean, it would have probably been warmer. It would have contained your heat.
Don't you have any friends that you could have called? Brad wouldn't come get you?
Hey, I think he just wanted the punishment and just slept on the fucking porch.
Now I remember waking up with this frost over my fucking blanket and me.
I mean,
Like a
if
dead
I
dog.
get kicked out and I can't drive anywhere, I'm calling people to say, hey, can you come get me?
I think my phone died too, because there was no charger out there. The electric didn't work.
Can we just sidebar real quick? Do you have a rose gold iPhone?
Yeah.
That's so pretty.
It's a limited edition.
Oh my god.
Collector's item.
Okay, Brad, have you fucked Fatty Patty yet?
Nah, she's still in the box.
Why?
Man, just been busy.
Too busy to fuck Fatty Patty?
I'll fuck my hand today, but
Does that come with a banana
Ew, which
split?
one?
I don't know. I'll get her out.
No, he's lying. He used the hole puncher, the Me 5-star notebook.
It says, "What a fat fuck." Her blood type is ragu. Her belt size is the equator, and she has to iron her pants in the driveway every morning.
Oh my god.
Why is there frosting over her cake hole?
That's what her pussy looks like.
But
She's Fatty Patty, and she's living large, with more rolls than a bakery and more chins than a Chinese phone book. She's so big, she's got her own zip code. Take this jumbo whore home with you tonight, if you can carry her. Her love holes are begging for your pleasure rod.
oh my.
It says travel size.
Travel size.
Who in my past, when we went out to clubs and that, who would have took that home?
Oh, your buddy Ron.
We go back to that first house.
Oh, yeah, let's hear about the first house.
My dad was in the Army Reserve. He's leaving to go out of town. He literally just left. I remember the day like it was yesterday. Say this is the basement door, you know.
Hey, you gotta get on that microphone, bro.
Why are you getting up?
All right, just listen. It's the basement door. We heard this in the basement door.
Fucking dog.
And this. Then we heard this. And it was locked. Then my mom was in the kitchen and said, just ignore it like it's nothing. She don't freak us out. We were sitting there and my mom heard this guy go, Shelly.
Oh god, that's my name.
She grabbed us and we left. Went down to my grandma's and I think she heard her doing the dishes there too, again. So I guess it followed us or something. I mean, you might want to ask her about this. We come back and my dad was still gone for the weekend. We smelled cigar smoke in the house. No one was there.
I got the chills.
Then that little girl lived in that house. Then the loaves of bread come up missing. By the way, I found the loaf of bread on top of the cabinet behind the popcorn machine. There's no fucking way I would put a loaf of bread up there.
Did it have mold on it?
No, it's still good. It's a cheap Walmart bread. It'll last forever. You can wash your car with that shit.
Wash your car with bread.
It's like a sponge.
Go like this all over him.
I got like a sting feeling from that.
No way.
Right there, too. Like a stabbing feeling in my heart.
Probably a goddamn energy drink. Sorry, pup.
I only took 2 sips out. That's dead in the cup there. So.
Blow it towards him. By the way, what we're talking about is smudge stick that I brought over. Because he needs to get rid of all his
The toilet seats would go up and down that house and hear little girls screaming. I know where all this came from. When I was a kid, you can ask my mom this. Before I was born, she's in the hospital trying to give birth. And there was this woman coming with an old nurse outfit on. And she said, it was all over. She calmed her down and everything. And then finally I was born and everything. She said, I like to thank that nurse. And I guess I found out the nurse was from the 40s or 50s. It was an angel or something. I had near-death experiences a lot when I was a kid.
So when you had a near-death experience, do you remember going over to the other side or anything?
I had one over in that house when I took that medication. I was like in and out of reality.
So I'm like super into near-death experiences. I know it sounds really creepy, but I listen to a ton of them. And usually when people come back from near-death experiences is when they have all of those gifts. They get all of those gifts.
So when are you going to do some ghost hunting?
I don't know, man, because this shit follows me around, so I'm kind of like, you know.
You don't want all the ghosts hanging out at your house, having a tea
Dude,
party?
I mean, I know you think it's all funny, it's a fucking joke and shit. If you wake up and see your grandma sitting in the chair, you probably shit your pants, dude, I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure I told you that already.
I'm just saying, this is one thing I don't joke about, I really don't.
Obviously.
You can call me retarded or whatever you do, but I can take this about anything, but I don't like making
I don't
fun
think
of
I'm
ghosts,
allowed
man,
to
because
say
they
that
get pissed off.
Anymore.
You can call me special, whatever, then.
Okay.
Eat the paste.
Eat the paste.
Paste-eating son of a bitch.
No, I think you should take it seriously. I think you should take it more seriously
Because
than
when I
you
get
do.
mad at the house and I'll say something nasty.
Did you get a smudge stick?
That thing will screw with me since I go to sleep.
I gave him the smudge stick and the smudge prayer to say.
So, I love watching paranormal things, but if I turn that on, I think it opens a lot of time a door for that thing to come in there. Because it likes to mess with me. I'll hear like this in the kitchen. So my couch is about, let's say it's right there. We got an open floor house. So we got this table like this across from there. I got some shit stacked up, and that's the kitchen. You'll hear or some kind of weird noise, or somebody sound like somebody farted the other night.
Sure it wasn't you.
It was like this. It was like,
Motherfucker!
Oh man, come on!
damn
it was
it.
weird. I was just like, all right. I didn't feel
Better burn that
scared.
sage.
No shit, God.
I didn't feel scared, but the funny part is, if it was a ghost that was gonna fart, it had to been my dad.
Better light that baby up.
But don't you think it's kind of weird that my brother saw that thing going across his yard in mid-daylight?
I think there's something in definitely following your family.
I think it goes over to whoever's in the shittiest mood so they can fuel off of that.
I think so. It definitely is feeding off of your guys'
My mom
negative
heard an evil
energy.
cackling in Luke's laundry room.
So it's definitely following your negative energies. So you're definitely going to have to work on your negativity. You really need to smudge your house. Smudge Luke's house.
Now
Smudge
she gave you
everybody's
the
house.
stick, so there's no reason why you shouldn't.
I gave you all the tools that you need.
But you'd be like, what happened to Steve Dale? All of a sudden I'm dead. It's like, I guess you pissed it off and took you out in the end. Could happen.
No. I don't believe that spirits could kill you. Unless you had a heart attack from seeing one.
Which I would.
See, I definitely believe that they come to you and tell you things. Tell you things that you need to know. I think your dreams also tell you a lot of stuff that you need to know.
Well, I'm glad that my friend, I could tell her that. She's like, when you drive by there, you ever feel anything in the house? I didn't want to say I did when I didn't. And he came to me in that dream. Obviously, he wanted me to know that I told her that. So maybe you should pay a little bit more attention.
I've been having some really fucked up dreams about my kid dying
God damn.
lately. One dream was last week. She got hit by a car.
Jesus.
Then last night, she got in a car accident with Preston, and they both died. The
Wow.
fuck is that trying to
Maybe
tell
you
me?
need to smudge your houses in your car, or your house in your cars.
Maybe. Well, Preston did get his car fixed today, so...
That's weird. Maybe you would have smudged that car. Well, I'll tell you something, and you're going to laugh about this. When I was a kid, I was so sickly and almost died. But my mom thought that they thought that my brain wasn't developed enough, so you always give me shit. But they got proved that it was, but I'm just saying, I know you laugh about it, but They thought because I was so sickly, that's when I was a kid in school, I didn't pay attention and shit. I just felt like something was always around me. And then they put me on that shit, and I was seeing stuff going, like the walls bleeding and shit. And I got on there and read about it. It can give you fucking brain lesions and shit.
What?
Yikes.
Ritalin and shit.
Oh.
I know, I was like, you got LSD when you were a kid?
Fuck yeah, man.
Well, we tried that a few times. I was seeing shit here when we were on it, and I said I saw that blanket, like something was trying to come up out of the floor through that blanket.
Here? Right here where we are?
Yeah.
Like in this room?
Upstairs. I said something was in the corner. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
We sat here frying balls. I'm laying in the bed, and he's laying on the concrete.
He was jerking you off?
I wish. I've tried to fuck him several times. He ain't having it. We're watching fucking Ghost, like Ghost videos on repeat, like the band Ghost.
Oh, okay. I was like, why would you be watching Ghost?
Yeah, no, we're tripping balls, but he starts his Ghost shit, and I'm like, God damn it!
This is not the time.
Yeah.
This is not the time.
When I worked at Kroger's, I felt like there was a woman in a bakery watching me. They said somebody died there and was haunting the bakery there in Amelia, the old Kroger's.
I used to work at the movie theater that was over there by the mall, and that place was haunted.
Jay Sweet works there still, don't he?
Well, it's not there.
By the Eastgate Mall.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That place was haunted.
Where he saw probably the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I did see it there. I remember a girl I was dating was like, yeah, I actually had a girlfriend once.
Your hand.
No, she was a devilish blonde bitch. She'd go off anytime. But she's like, don't go see Star Wars, and I snuck and saw with my friend Greg.
Why would you date a girl that tells you not to watch Star Wars?
We were supposed to go
That would
see it
never
together.
happen.
Then she decided she wanted to go see it at a drive-in movie theater. Star Wars of all taking a drive-in movie theater. You've supposedly never seen movie before once. You know, you see it in the movie theater first, then if you want to go see it there. But she was trying to make out with me, and all I wanted to do was watch the movie. And I was like, I bet I can tell you what happened next in the movie. And she's like, don't go with that psychic shit. And then she thought I was coming up with that, and then the movie ticket fell out from what I'd seen it the day before.
Stupid.
She went off, man, piece of shit. You tell me why I need to be with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Dale.
That's been the Stephen Dale segment. Let's talk about something fun. Dicks and shit.
Yeah.
I don't see them being fun.
I love dicks.
Stephen Dale, you got any drunk stories to tell us?
You remember when I used to drink the whiskey and the nunchucks?
The whiskey and the nunchucks.
Yeah, I get all drunk off whiskey, come out to tear my shirt off, start flipping nunchucks around.
I remember you'd show up with a sailor hat and a Hawaiian shirt.
What?
I drank a bottle of Thunderbird out by the pool. When you had to pull back, I drank a bottle of Thunderbird, and I chased it with, what was that fucking Mad Dog 2020, 2 bottles of that.
Oh, God.
So then I woke up with, like, sticks in my butthole and stuff, and, like, looked like something trying to make a nest on my ass.
Oh, there she is again.
I can't connect to your Wi-Fi network.
Fucking cunt.
Who rattled her cage?
I don't know. It
What did we
shoots
say?
off every now and then.
So you guys have
Just
never seen that
listening.
fucking YouTube thing, Bad Granny? You gotta watch that.
Bad
Pretty-
Granny?
It's pretty funny. I try to send you some of the things. They were out there lightsaber fighting. She's like 70 years old, whipping him with a lightsaber. It's funny shit.
Do you want to start one that's like that called Bad Tranny?
A lot of people might think it's a car video.
I don't think anybody's thinking that it's a cart video.
Not
Does
anymore.
anybody else have any like ghost things?
I have ghost stories, but they've been told on the pod already.
I'm sure that's not going to be the last of them.
I had a dream that my grandma came to me and told me that she died before I found out she died.
I had a dream about my dad a few days ago. He told me to move out still. So it's like he's still alive. He's like, get out of my house, you homo. That's what he said to me.
So, how often do you see the ghouls?
They like to wait till you're either deepest sleep, in that REM sleep, or as soon as you close your eyes, they want to make noise to keep you up all night. It's one or the other.
So, does it happen every night, or is it
It hasn't
random?
happened for a while, but I'm sure it's going to happen tonight because I talked about them. Because every time I talk about them, they fuck with me. So I'll probably be up all night. But I laid off the ghost shows. My mom's always like, well, you're opening up the ghost shows. I like watching those paranormal shows. I shouldn't have to change my lifestyle around because it's inconvenience for them.
Yeah, fuck them.
I respect them. Why won't they let me watch the things? They'll move shit around.
Do you ever try to talk to them?
Yeah, that's a good
I
question.
heard voices in the
I
pillows.
don't think he's ever brought that up. Do you ever talk to
Yeah, I
them?
do when I'm at my house.
Do they talk back?
Do you talk negatively to them?
If I say something nasty, they fuck with me all night long.
So why don't you just acknowledge that they're there and say, what can I do to help you? What,
See, fuck that. That's giving me goosebumps.
It's
So they're
no,
fucking-
most of the time, it's just like I'll start screaming. Quit moving my damn keys around.
But see, it's feeding off your negative energy, and then when something happens, you're getting upset and angry, and you're projecting that, and it's feeding more off the negative energy.
Most of the time I wake up, I try to think positive, but 9 out of 10 times I'll get a nasty text first thing in the morning, and it'll run my whole day, and it's kind of hard to fight with it because you gotta read it. You have to.
Do you? I mean, you don't have to read it.
So, besides all of that shit in your life that is making you negative, which it doesn't have to make you negative, you just choose to be negative. When you hear something, when you hear the scratching or you hear the keys rustling or whatever it is, why don't you say out loud, okay, I see you, I hear you, what do you need?
And it'll just disappear for a while. And
what can I help you with?
It likes to come around when I'm stressed out more than anything. It feeds off of it. I got a boa that Dave gave me. I put the cross on top of the snake's head and it started flipping out. He started flipping around, hissing and striking. I put my finger on it, didn't do nothing. I put that cross on, like that snake actually was getting burned. That was really weird.
What made you want to put the cross on the snake?
It just
That's a
laid it
good
on top
question.
of his head. Something told me to do that. But it just, it started thrashing. I picked it up and was like,
why do you think he was thrashing?
Dude, it was striking and everything after that.
I thought animals don't have souls.
Said that in Garden of Eden, the snake was supposed to, do all that shit.
Why do you think animals don't have souls?
I thought that's what they say.
You think your puppers doesn't have a soul?
Oh, that bitch better have a soul.
Should be down there biting into the devil's ass.
Do you think that when you go to heaven or the other side that you'll see your animals?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's the Bible. I don't believe in that shit. But I thought they say in there animals don't have souls.
Who says that? I've never heard
The
that.
Bible.
Oh, I don't read the Bible,
kid.
so.
I remember hearing
I don't
that as a
either,
kid.
but that's why I said I thought that's what they said.
Now, from what I've heard and what I believe is absolutely once you go to the other side, all of your pets are there waiting for you.
I mean, that'd be fucking rad. I've only had a few dogs.
I had a nightmare about his dad once. He was back there dressed in a turtle outfit, and he had, carrots for nipples and was feeding the turtle.
What the fuck?
I woke up screaming. It's like he's breastfeeding turtles like this. He's like, Brad's in there. I gotta feed the babies.
What the actual fuck? Oh my god, just turn his mic off now. We're done. We're done with
But isn't
him.
that funny, though? I told you about that, and you're like, I could see him doing that.
I mean, I've got security cameras out back there to check for raccoons and shit. And one morning it went off at 4 a.m. He's butt naked drinking beers in the fucking turtle pen. Why in the turtle pen, man?
The box turtle's gonna come out. They're gonna think that's a field mouse and go to town.
What the fuck is the matter with you guys?
I have no idea, man.
I mean, he called me one day and said, you gotta help me. I was like, what? My dad's naked on the roof. I was like, let him fry like an egg. He'll get off the roof.
Yeah, but it was Tuesday and it was summer vacation. All the kids were out riding their bikes.
It's a Tuesday.
You should have called the cops.
Dude, I was about to. I'm like, I ain't dealing with this shit today. I gotta go to work, motherfucker. You're 67 years old and you're up there butt naked, fucking drunk as shit, sunbathing.
Well, your sister told me.
So, Drunkles, if you thought that your families were a little weird...
I gotta keep a G rated on that part.
I got a whiz.
Piss party. She's got toilet paper tonight, folks.
Yay, toilet paper!
She got toilet paper in case she didn't stock it.
She made me bring her a downer roll. She didn't like my paper towels.
I gotta be fancy and have actual toilet paper.
You're gonna go conjure them tonight, aren't you?
I think they're gonna come out tonight because I talked about it.
You seem so fucking, in the zone about this shit.
You can tell online because I start tripping over my tongue.
Hey, man, I don't know what you see. I know I don't want to see it.
I do hear voices sometimes.
Oh, shit.
No, I gotta explain this. If you're crazy, you hear voices all the time. I don't hear them all the time. I go to certain places, and if I'm there and I'm just, relaxed, I'll hear whispering.
What does it say?
Just people talking. I've heard it when you flush the toilet shit, how it sounds go through pipes and stuff. It could be that. I've had really weird things.
When we first moved into our house, right after Viv was born, I hear people talking off in the distance in my house.
No thanks.
But yeah, they can't say you're crazy because if you're crazy, you hear it all the time. I've been in the house there just watching TV and her giggling.
Nope.
When I worked in that cleaning job in Batavia where his brother Giant, I was going down and checking all the garbage cans and I heard a hee, ooh, ooh, ah. And there's little kids, you can hear little kids laughing.
Nope. Kid ghosts freak me out the most.
Faster I would go with checking them garbage cans and I'd stop, you start hearing this. Like the garbage cans behind you are getting tapped and it's getting closer.
Do we have any fun drunk stories? do we have any alien news?
I haven't heard anything on the aliens.
My brother thought he was abducted by aliens.
Why does he think that?
He's just afraid the mothership's going to take him away somewhere he's not superior.
The mothership.
I think that's what it is. Take him and his little sapling with him.
His sapling.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm talking about his dick.
Well, this has been the Steven Show.
The Ghost Show.
I did have a drunkle. You're hiking through the forest and you see this. What do? Do you walk through it?
I would.
You would?
It looks like it's some kind of trap. It might be a Bigfoot trap.
Would you walk through it?
I would have to. I mean, I wouldn't think anything crazy of it.
Would you, like, just full force walk through it? Because
You
I
never
would
know,
probably, like, a little peek through. Like,
I would have went around the other side and looked at this area first and threw some sticks over the hole. I'm not stupid, though. I've had a lot of shit happen to me. I just throw something at it because you stick your head in and just cut your friggin' head off. You don't know what it is. It could be a gateway to hell or something.
could be. Brad's just
by the
running
way-
through it, skipping and jumping.
Oh, by the way, have you ever went into a place you can feel spirits in it?
Bobby Mackey's.
I went there once.
And what did you feel?
I always feel like eyes. I was more watching the drunken hillbillies. I went with a bunch of girls that...
So we went to Bobby Mackey's one time, and this was, forever ago. It was like my 22nd birthday. There was a bunch of people from work that went. We're sitting towards the back on a table, and a line dance song comes on, so they all get up and start line dancing. Towards the back, there's just empty chairs there. There's nobody sitting over there. They're doing this line dance, and all of a sudden this chair starts shaking like this. Nobody around it. They all came running back like, oh my god, did you see that? I was like, oh yeah, I saw that.
I think if I go there now, I'd be probably more in tune to that.
There's been some crazy shit that's happened there.
I'd try to get a job there, actually.
That would probably be really bad for you, honestly. Because you being such a magnet for it. Have you ever seen the show called Portals to Hell with Jack Osborne?
No.
You should watch it. It's on the Travel Channel. And they go to Bobby Mackey's, and there's a bedroom upstairs that this guy used to live in up there.
Oh, yeah, the keeper.
Yes. They say that there are many portals up there. And with you being a magnet, I don't think that would be a good idea.
I just want to learn how to tune this shit in and see if I could get something out of it.
You can definitely work on that. I will help you work on that. But first, before you can do any of that, you have got to work on your negativity, and then you have to work on getting grounded. Because being grounded is going to help you from, like, all of those psychic attacks. Like, the people attacking you. There's stones and crystals I can find for you.
This thing will get hot and it'll get cold real quick. Is it supposed to do that?
I think it's getting hot because your hands are hot.
Honestly, I got a feeling something's going to happen tonight because I can feel it in my bones going home with
Yeah.
all this. When I talk about this stuff, they like to make herself know. And they're going to know if you're talking about it.
So what are you going to do if you go home and something happens?
Well, I'm not going to cuss it out or yell at it because it'll throw something at me or something. It'll piss it off.
Do you
Talk
think
to
that
it.
you should talk to it?
What would you guys do if I talked to it and I had it recorded where it's talking back? Would it freak you out?
I don't want to
I
hear
would want to
it.
hear it. I want to hear it. Do it. Put a little recorder on your phone. Your phone's got a
I
recorder
bought a
on
vintage
it.
tape recorder for that.
Well, there you go. Just play it. If you start feeling it or sensing it, push record and say, okay, I hear you. What do you want to say? What do you need help with? Take your stones and take your smudge with you.
If you smoked this, would you get stoned?
I don't think you can smoke it.
I'm just joking.
Jesus.
Treat your crystals with respect.
You know, I've got a name for it, Crystal Gale.
Crystal Gale.
That's pretty cool. Thanks for that. So you think I should communicate with it? My mom tells me shut my mouth and quit pestering it.
No, you need to ask what it wants. And then at some point you're going to have to say, all right, it's time for you to move on. We've done what we can do to help
Well, if
you.
it's family spirits, I'm going to tell it to move on because I haven't moved on myself, so I can't tell it to.
What you just said there, say it again.
What? I haven't moved on myself?
Bingo.
This guy was joking around me. I bought the Mustang, or I got the Mustang from him. He said it was haunted. Then the other guy traded me the Galaxy, said he thinks the car's haunted.
Haunted cars?
Yeah, it's possible.
Well, you've never seen Christine?
I have.
That song
but-
come on the radio when I got in there the other day.
Get the fuck out of
I
town.
kid you not.
The Gray Ghost.
Well, shit, you guys got anything else before we wrap this motherfucker up?
We can wrap it up.
Alright.
Don't forget about Ethel's.
Yeah, and if you want to fucking hear more ghost stories, hit up Steve Dale at Steve Dale fucking Facebook. Oh, yeah, Ethel's May 15th, Drunken Army Reunion. Hope to see you all there. I'll remind you guys again next week, so don't worry. You won't forget. Check us out on all the social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Until the next episode.
Have a ghostly Friday, motherfuckers. Ooh.